Dante from A to Z Lending. And so we're talking about some of the things that we're both facing as challenges in today's market, in today's industry, both being leaders of companies. We have information to share with one another. And it's important that we do these types of things because we're all going through the same type of stuff. So Dante, one of the questions that I get a lot, not just from other lenders, but also from agents is, what makes a good partnership? What makes a good relationship between agents and lenders?
It's a great question, and it's often it's usually posed in the reverse, like the agent's getting asked. But there's a reason, because obviously most buyers are coming to realtors first because, let's be honest, y'all have the fun side of things, right? Nobody wants to talk numbers. Nobody wants to look at the mortgage payment. So most clients go to the realtor first, but I think there is a little bit of that changing in the times. I think people are, especially we talked a little bit earlier about expectations changing, and the mortgage payments are a big factor nowadays. So with that said, though, in any good relationship, it's going to be super cliche, but it's so true. It's transparency between the individuals and communication. Mm-hmm. Communication is number one, hands down, every single time. It's funny. I'll talk to agents, and what's the number one complaint you have with a loan officer? Well, bad communication. And then you talk to loan officers. Well, I'm like the best there is. Well, okay. Somewhere along the line, somebody's they're missing something, right? And so, like, when you say communication, it's such a broad stroke. I love, there's a marriage book, I can't remember where it's from, but I love in there it talks about pink headphones and microphones and blue headphones and blue microphones, obviously for men and women. But I think that's irrelevant. It's literally just different. Your perspective is different than my perspective. Mm-hmm. We're doing the same deal, and then there's a third party of the buyer. The telephone game happens all the time. I say the buyer something, you say the buyer something, the buyer comes back to you and says, well, hold on, that's not what so that kind of stuff happens all the time.
Sure.
And so I look at, at A to Z, I have a very high standard of, I'll call it extreme communication. I don't really think it is, because in the end of the day, you're like, I'll talk of one specific. I was talking with one of the loan officers, and I'm like, yeah, go call that agent back and ask him what they understood of what you just said. Mm-hmm. He's like, I've told them this 3 times since the beginning. I'm like, yeah, the loan, it's been 30 days. Yeah. They probably forgot some of it. You're working this every single day. They're not. The same thing happens, like both sides of it. So, and other times, like if an agent forgets to send over the number one, it's like, give a little grace, but we'd have to understand, like, those things happen, and we need, that's the communication from both sides. It's not a one or other thing. And, obviously then the transparency too, like, I'm in this game to get this closed, just like you are as an agent. Mm-hmm. One of the things that kind of just boggles my mind is when we try to play our cards and hold them. It's like, we're on the same team, so let's figure this out together. Sure. And, my best relationship partner, my best agent partners, we're fully transparent. Like, hey, here's what's going on. Here's what's, happening on my side. Where are you at with it? And we try to get to the bottom of it. Yeah. And so to me, as cliche as it is, communication and transparency is absolutely the big things for what makes the best relationships.
100%. And I love that you talked about communication and over communicating, or having there be no such thing as over communicating, and having to repeat things to people multiple times. Because at the end of the day, what agents want out of their lender is to take care of their clients.
Yeah.
Right? We want our client, just like if we were going to refer our clients to anybody else, mm-hmm. we want them to be taken care of. And you're right, we have to over communicate, because our clients are under so much stress typically when they're going through that huge life change. I mean, moving's a pain. There's no doubt about it. And typically when a buyer is going through that process, they're hearing from us, they're hearing from you guys, they're hearing from the movers, they're hearing from the contractors, so many channels of communication that there's no way that we can actually over communicate with them. And it's vitally important that we give them all the information that they need. But our relationship between an agent and a lender is the exact same way. Mm-hmm. There's so much going on. We have to make sure we're on the same channel with all that stuff. And that's why having great partners like you guys really means a lot to, our company, and then of course all the other agents in the industry that you guys service.